Most experts don't even realize one, how important it is to have new leads coming into your world on a daily basis, and two, just how easy it is to actually set this up using the existing stuff that you already have. Which is why in this video, I'm going to be showing you exactly how you can begin attracting perfect fit leads into your world without a funnel, without using paid ads if you don't want to, and just using your social media profile. And once I show you this, you're never going to look at social media marketing the same way again. So let's get into it. Now, this is something that I like to call the daily lead machine. And over the next few minutes, I'm going to be sharing with you how you can create a simple system that's going to bring you in new leads every single day. Now, the first step in the daily lead system is we got to figure out what the heck are we even talking about? Now, most people do this by going off to ChatGPT or trying to copy their competitors, but the problem with that is that it doesn't link back to your offer. It's not going to match up with your market, with your offer, and then they wonder why people don't reach out to them and buy their stuff. So the process to do this is really simple. We need to figure out what is their current situation and where are they trying to go. Now, there's going to be a set of simple steps that they have to go through in order to get from one side to the other. While they're going through and taking those steps, they're going to encounter problems or challenges or what we call roadblocks. And roadblocks are basically just anything that gets in their way of achieving their main objective. Now, let's say you're a content coach, for example. The four roadblocks that your clients are going to be facing are going to be low engagement, confidence on camera, how to regularly pick engaging topics, or consistency. When they nail all four of these things, there's a good chance they're going to go from current situation to desired end outcome. So now how do we take this list and turn this into something that's actually going to bring us in our perfect fit people every single day? Well, it's actually relatively simple. We use a process called inversion, and we take what's the problem that they're struggling with and we turn it into something that they want. So for example, if they're struggling with low engagement, what do they want from that? Well, we want to maximize engagement. They're suffering with confidence on camera. What do they want? Well, they want to look and feel good on camera. They don't know how to pick engaging topics. What do they want? Well, they want consistent reach, leads, and engagement. And if they're struggling with consistency, it's probably because they don't have enough time or they don't have a simple system to follow. So what are we going to do? We're going to save them time and make it easy. And now that we know what they want, we can take it and turn it into various different offers that we can promote week over week. Now, for variety, there's different offers that we can promote. Things like an instant magnet, a low ticket product, a workshop, or even your core coaching offer. Now, here's how we do this. We take what they want. So for example, maximizing engagement, and this would be an instant magnet for a checklist every time they post. If they want to look and feel good on camera, this could be a camera confidence workshop. If they don't know how to pick engaging topics and they're suffering from low reach, low leads, and low engagement, that could be an invite into your coaching program. Or if they're struggling with consistency because of low time or systems, we can give them our 30-minute a week, one post a day system. And that would be a low ticket offer. Now, we can pick any number of these. The key is to just diversify. You don't want to run your offer week over week over week over week because you're going to saturate your audience and they're going to kind of tune you out over a while. So what we want to do is we want to switch this up. You notice there's four different things. One week, maybe you do a workshop. One week, maybe you do an instant magnet. The next week, you promote your offer. And so you want to flip these back and forth, and that can help your content feel very varied while also still giving something of value to your market and getting the right people to raise their hand and say, hey, I want that thing. I'm a member of this audience. This would be valuable to me. Now that's going to matter as we get into the next steps. By the way, you can do this manually if you want, or I made a super cool tool for this exact purpose. It takes your offer, your market, and your unique style and tells you exactly what kind of instant magnet that you should be running. And it will even help you promote it. It's yours, totally free. Instructions to get it are just down in the description below. Now, the next thing we need to do is we need to map out our content for the week. Now, we're going to be doing this through emails, posts, or both, and there are really only four types of content that we need to produce. Now, the first one is your origin, which is how you discovered what you're talking about. Was it a problem for yourself, a client, or was it an experiment that you ran? So ultimately, we need to just communicate where it came from. Right? So we can just assure our audience that we didn't just pull this off of a blog post or off of ChatGPT. Then the next type of content you need is proof content. This can be your proof, your results, client results, case studies, or It can even be as simple as just data or borrowed, right? It can be somebody else's results that you're talking about with their system. You've seen this a lot last week with Alex Hermosi's book launch. Now all of a sudden webinars are popular again for a certain crowd, right? This is what they did is they used that as the proof to then launch their own mechanism. The next type of content you need is we call it what and why, which is what it is, why it works, why it's better. Also, they can understand how it overcomes their problem, right? Some people like to know how things work, right? We're not going to give them the step-by-step blueprint in order for them to do that. They have to get the thing, or they have to attend the workshop, or they have to jump into our offer typically to get that piece of information. So we're going to tell them exactly what it is. We're going to tell them what they need to do and why it works and why it's better than what they're currently doing so that they can fully understand the full scope of what it is that we're talking about. Now, the next piece of content that you need is you need call to action content. And this is just a simple hand raiser or a simple invite. This is as simple as, hey, if you struggle with X, I made you Y. Or we have the typical 5 guys. I'm looking for 5 guys that want to get result in the next 30 days without thing that they don't want. Or you have result without pain point. That's something like I just finished this training showing you how we get result without pain point in just 5 minutes a day. If you want it, let me know, I'll send it over to you. Now, this is the only 4 types of content that you actually need to grow your business week over week. We've got where it came from, proof it works, how it works, and then an invite for them to take action. If you produce this on a steady basis, these will start to bring you in leads every single day, I guarantee it. Now, the next step is we need to add in our simple systems because as much as possible, we don't want to have to be manually doing all the things when people are commenting on our stuff or replying to our emails. We don't really want to be the one who's going through and hand-holding every person there. So there are 2 simple systems that we use. We have delivery and collection, and we have what I call warm up and binge. And we use ManyChat to kick off the conversation so that we don't have to be initiating conversations with 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 people at a time. Not to mention, will you get blocked for doing that, but it's also just a huge time suck for you. We also use it to automatically collect their email. From that email, they're going to actually get their thing. So we're going to deliver the lead magnet to their email, but then we're going to use an automated question to either qualify or get them to take the next step, whatever that might look like. All right. This is going to help us now decide when we move into whether you're selling by call, by doc, by whatever. It's just going to help us take the next step so that we can filter who's a serious prospect, who's a serious lead, who actually wants or needs our help versus who's just here for the free stuff, essentially. But once they get on our email list, we're going to deliver the asset. Then we're going to send them what I like to call a consumption letter, which is basically just a short list of all of our best content so that we can really try and drive that 7-11-4 rule, which if you know what that means, it's your prospects need to have 7 hours of content with 11 different touch points across 4 different platforms to start feeling comfortable buying from you. So we try to get as much of that as possible within that first email. Then in the following days, we're going to send them a series of more emails that have proof, other lead magnets, right? And then even a CTA for us to work together. Now, I'm not going to go into super crazy depth on how you can set up your entire lead magnet sequence. I'll do another video on that in the future because that is entirely a separate video. But just know that as long as you have a simple system that is pushing this 7-11-4 rule, you're going to be in good shape. Okay, and this is going to be all automated for you. All you have to do is go in and post your content, add your systems. The systems are going to collect your email and qualify for you, and then they're going to warm up and binge your content and eventually get made an offer to work with you. And if it's the right fit for them, they'll take you up on it. Okay? Now, the Daily Lead Machine is just one of several simple systems that we use to help experts scale up their business to 50 to 80K months working just 20 hours a week. Now, if you'd like to see the whole system organized as an entire blueprint to help take you from where you're at today to scaling your business almost on autopilot, then go watch this video here.